Hello. I get asked the same question quite a lot with how I come up with ideas to make my builds. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I make something out of leftover model kits. It always starts with an idea, and that idea involves these Kinder Egg containers. These to me look like fuel containers. Let me explain. My name is Aaron and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. I bring out the baking powder. This stuff, when sprinkled on super glue, will reinforce the bond and make everything I've glued together stronger. I opted only to use 3 of the Kinder Eggs, and you'll see why shortly. This is a 1/72 scale model kit that costs €10, a nice entry-level price to do a little kit bashing. One thing to remember, I make these builds to give you, the viewer, ideas on how to make cheap alternatives for your gaming pleasure. My builds just sit on a shelf collecting dust. So once out the box, I'll clip things off the sprues to see what I've got to work with. Now there's not a lot in that one, so I'm going to bring out another model kit. Now this one was around €12, so all in all this build will have cost around €22. Slightly cheaper than the €40 to €60 range for an official K47 kit. These tank tracks will come in handy, as I'm thinking at this stage that this build could be a drone on tank tracks that supplies the front line with fuel. Now things change, and you'll notice as we get further into the build that I do change the idea of what it's supposed to be. But for now I'm going to struggle with these little tiny parts with my chunky monkey fingers to build this. So not only is it a nightmare for me to put together, but also to film. All you see is my fingers dropping tiny plastic bits, so I skipped all that, and now I have the tank tracks on the main body. I'll just fill in those 2 holes with the doors, and I'll make up this, which is supposed to be a flamethrower, which means now my build has changed slightly, and instead of supplying fuel, this is a flame spewing drone. Onto the main body, I'm going to attach the Kinder containers to the body of the tank. Now I'm looking at this and thinking I'm going to need pipe to supply the fuel to the flamethrower. That bit I've not attached, so I'm going to reach for the sprue, and this is where sprues come in handy for quick and easy piping. I need the corners, so I'm going to cut off a generous sprue length, size it up with my model, and then make alterations. I break out the cable tidy and cut a piece off. I glue a tiny section of the pipe to the top of my Kinder Eggs, then glue the flamethrower section onto that, which means I can cut the sprues down ready to add to the model. But first I'm going to get some plasticad, cut into tiny squares, curving them slightly with the aid of my pen so I can add these to the Kinder Eggs. Now I can start adding the sprue piping to the Kinder Eggs. This is a trial and correct process where I bend and cut the sprue to get an almost exact fit. But it doesn't take long before I have the first sprue in place. To fix any gaps, I have lolly sticks made of plastic, which I cut down and make like a small bracket that hides my many cutting sins. Once that was done, I add the brackets that came with the actual flamethrower, add more brackets to the bottom of the pipes just to cap everything off, and while I do that, I'm going to do subscriber shoutouts. On screen now are names of subscribers who leave comments on previous videos. If you want to see your name on a future video, just be a subscriber and hit that like button, because every bit of engagement this channel gets by you guys really gets noticed by YouTube, and all that helps the channel grow into what it's becoming today, and I thank you all. If you were watching while I was rambling, you'll have noticed that I added a piece of plastic card to the bottom of the tank turret, which I'm going to add to the front of the build in such a way that it looks like a snail. But I'm going to need a platform, and I've some pieces from the very first model kit which will work perfectly. After some slight modifications, I glue that down to the front of the tank. I added some of the cable tidy piping to the bottom of the platform before adding the tank turret to the top. That way it gave it all sort of a connection to everything. I add more piping again, adding connection, and this is where I'm thinking this could be an unmanned tank flamethrowing drone. They sent him first to battle before anyone else jumped into those trenches. I bulk out the sides by adding some more bits from the first model kit, and then cut down some wheels into half just to add some more sort of like greebly texture. Then this is the bit where I struggled with putting the tank tracks onto the wheels. There was a few choice swear words which thankfully I muted out of the video while I glued them into place, and while I do that, I think it's code word time. If you're leaving a comment, leave this code word in your comment so I know you've got this far into the build before skipping to the glamour shots. And the code word is Gary. You can also nab yourself 10 imaginary bonus points if you also write in your comment some of the songs from the show Gary appears in. And if you don't know, you must be living under a rock at the bottom of the sea. Now, this is the segment where I introduce the sponsor of this week's video, my other half. She bought these half nail gems and decided she hated them, so gave them to me, which probably says a lot. Anyway, so I'm going to use these as rivets on my build, so that's what I'm doing, sticking on these tiny half gem rivets. It's priming time, and using Gallery's Turbo X mini combo compressor, which I call Basil, I primed the build black. I have a code for the Gallery website where you can get an additional 10% off your order. Link in the description for this video, and I'd use it quickly before they realise what they've done and take it off me. Once the prime has dried, I then go over it with a green, sort of combat green. I don't really know the descriptions because I don't really look at the descriptions of the paints. I just choose a paint that I like. So I'm going with a combat green. And once everything's dried, I grab some silver paint and start painting all the piping. I had a rummage through my transfers and felt a little patriotic, so decided the British needed a representation in at least one of my K-47 builds, so cut out some warning signs and a Union Jack and stuck them onto my build. Now, I know some professional model makers will be squirming in their seats watching me add these transfers, but this is how I do it. I'm not out to win awards. Every build is just for fun and is a guide on how to scratch build kitbash something into nothing. No, nothing into something. There we go. Got that right. Once everything had dried, I then add a top coat of Ultra Matte Varnish by AK Interactive. And then using a bit of the kitchen sponge, I apply the chipping effect, which I'm doing with a rust colour this time, just to add a variation to the theme. I go around all the model with that, just dabbing some rust on here and there, or a lot. Yeah, take some off, Aaron, take some off. So that's another alternative K-47 build in the bag, my flame-throwing drone called the Snail. Up next will be the glamour shots. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. I try and drop a video every Sunday at 6 PM GMT time. So until then, glamour shots are next. My name is Aaron, and keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.